Hey everybody, it's been a bit since I did any type of video. Yeah, so I don't know if anybody knows, but this pretty much, well, yesterday, like this week, whatever, it's hard to explain, but this week was when a year ago I got my new immune system, my bone marrow transplant. So I got my mum's immune system, and this week I'm here in Brisbane for my 1 year checkups, and I just want to give you guys just a recap of like how I felt during that time and how I'm feeling now with just everything that's going on in my life and what's going on then. So I hope you guys are ready for a little bit more of a backstory on me. So just to start off with, if anybody doesn't know, I had acute myeloid leukemia. I got diagnosed 2019 October 22nd, and we came back home about September, November of 2020. So we were there for a long period of time, and by like this time last year, I just got my new stem cells just yesterday, and the rough stuff started. So like I started to get high fevers, I couldn't sleep, it was the most uncomfortable I've ever been in my life, and it's really hard to explain unless you actually go through it yourself, but it's the most uncomfortable feeling I've ever felt. Just fever, I know it's disgusting to talk about, like diarrhea badly, everything like that. So it started off really hard for me, which I did warn me about. They said like the first couple of days are going to be the worst for a bit. So then that happened, and so on and so forth. You sort of just count down like the days of cancer coming back and helping make you feel better. So the radiation and chemotherapy that I had prior to getting the stem cells, that like wiped my whole immune system, that wiped everything out completely. So when it came to it was just a waiting game. My goal was to be at day 20, because the record was like 17 or something, so I didn't want to be that ambitious, but I was like, I'm going to get at day 20. That did not happen. I got at about day 40, because what happened during was just my gut GVHD, which is graft versus host disease, which is a common thing when you get a bone marrow transplant, with a different immune system still battling your immune system, which is good because that means that immune system is trying to wipe out all the bad shit. So it's just working. So it's a good thing, but it's just painful at the time. So what that led to, I had to get a scope up where the sun doesn't shine. I had to not eat for a long period of weeks. But I'm mainly making this video because I know most of you have heard my story and everything. But I'm mainly making this video because I never really talked about the effects it had on me mentally and as a person. It's like mentally, during it, I was defeated. My mind was just, I told the nurses multiple times that I just don't want to do this anymore, just disconnect everything, just let me be at peace. And it was very rough for me and my mother, if nobody knew that my mom was pretty much there for me through my whole experience. But just the whole thing, I had just very bad time, and at that time, that's when COVID came up, so my visitors got cut down to none, so it was just my mum, and that rocked me. So my dad and sister couldn't come see me for Easter. I couldn't really go like to have a nice meal for even my birthday later on. So it did lead to me being very depressed, and I tried to be as positive as I can in front of anybody and everybody, because if I was being negative in front of other people, I just felt that would just bring them down as well. So there's just no point to that at all. Anyhow, just keep going on with the story. So when I actually was able to get out and start getting better, like I was discharged, but obviously I was sick around for 100 days, they say. So they try and give like a mark for when they would like to send you home. So it gets about day 97 or 98 or something, so close, and I start feeling very sick. I'm throwing up, I can't eat anything, I just do not feel well. We go to the hospital just to make sure, because we weren't going to say anything, because we were like, no, we want to get out of here. So go to the hospital, go do all this stuff. So they put a cannula in, take some bloods, and they just wait for the results. So you just go away in emergency. Then doctor comes back and goes like, so we haven't been able to get hold of your doctor. Are you feeling any better? And I was like, yeah, I'm feeling much better. Like, I'm eating, like I'm good. Let's go. I'm going home in 2 days. But nah, that didn't work out just like that. So they were able to get hold of one of my hematology doctors, which there's hundreds, and they said, you gotta stay just so we can monitor you. And so I stayed. Next day they come back, they're like, you got some bad news. We need to do a test on your gut, on your stomach, because you're going to the toilet a lot and so on and so forth. So then they had to put another pick one in. I don't know if you can see the marks at all. I'll try and put up a photo of when I had to pick one in, because it's just, they're not fun to use. You can't have showers with them really well, because you can't get the line wet. Otherwise I have to like change it and all this stuff, so it makes it hard for the nurses. So I didn't want to do that, because the nurses were spectacular. They helped me so much through everything. Anyhow, that leads to me getting out and everything, and had to not eat for 3 weeks, so forth. A lot of weight in a short period of time. But I've never been so down in my life at that point. Like, I don't talk about that a whole lot, only because I don't want people seeing how I'm very positive. I try and be the most positive person I can be, but anybody close to me knows that I really am bad at like a lot of stuff. Like, I get anxious about anything. I overthink situations. It's just very horrific, and it had made me very, very depressed and just very upset about everything. But fast forward to now, my fitness is getting a lot better. I feel amazing. I feel nearly the best I've ever felt in my life. Jokes, but that's my goal this year. Like, I'm still taking some prednisone, 7 milligrams, just to keep the gut GVHD or whatever the case, just trying to weigh me down so it just doesn't come back and put me back in hospital. That's the main objective. Anyhow, I'm kicking my goals. I'm gonna keep doing these updates probably every 6 months, let everybody know what's going on. But a main update of what's going on. So I now have a girlfriend. Best thing that ever happened to me. She's been so supportive, and I've been an actual idiot with one of my anxiety, just stupid stuff that nobody should be stupid about. Anyway, just main thing that I just want to say was just, no matter how bad your situation gets, no matter how difficult you feel like you're pressing up against the wall. If anybody hasn't watched Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's motivational speech to the Lakers or basketball team, he said, like, he picks when he's struggling, he puts himself up against the back of a wall, and so his back's against the wall. There's no other way but forward. So I watched that so many times, and I was like, I'm just going to keep pushing forward for mainly myself, for my family, for all my friends that cared for me. And I can just go say thank you to everyone that's helped support me. I get my main test done tomorrow, which is the bone marrow biopsy. So hopefully everything comes clear that I'm another year in remission. So the years will keep going on until I'm fully cured. So let's hope for the best, and I appreciate everybody that watches this video. And if it inspired you, please just share it around. I want everybody to see just the power of a positive mindset. Anyway, thanks guys.